All right, Heather, you had a story which you, oddly enough, did not include in your newscasts.
I didn't.
I don't know what your news, editing parameters were, because to me, this should be your lead story.
Well, I was going to use it, but then I saw that it was going to be a story that we might use so I left it. I left it for this.
I see.
So
okay.
I found this story. A man from Arkansas was just charged with capital murder because he murdered his wife after she changed the channel from his football game. He got so upset.
Does he need another excuse?
That he stabbed her.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's a crazy story.
Couldn't they say that's a crime of passion?
For his football.
Yeah.
He loved it so much.
Yes.
Couldn't
He
bear to
had
see
to
it
watch
change.
it. Does it say?
No,
Does it say
I would
what
like
the
to know
game was?
No, I tried to actually look it up. So he's from Arkansas, and it happened on November 19th.
So probably the Razorbacks, maybe?
But they played on the 18th. I just looked.
Oh.
So
well,
it wasn't on.
Is the 19th a Sunday?
It had to be a Sunday then.
So maybe it was like the Dallas Cowboys or something. Who knows?
So I don't know what game it was.
Yeah.
I don't know which team he was rooting for. I know nothing of that. I just know he was that passionate about his football.
Well, when you look at the picture in his mugshot,
Yes.
I find the charges against him entirely believable. He does look like the kind of person who would stab his wife because she turned the channel.
Yes.
In a football game. But it does raise the question of how you go about watching your favorite team play.
Right.
And like what sort of a circumstances
Jamie, I have to
you
disagree.
need.
I have to disagree with you. This guy looks like a guy who would kill his wife if she changed the channel while he was watching Cops.
That might, yes. No, he'd actually be fleeing from the cops in Cops.
God.
He'd be featured in an episode of Cops.
Hey, buddy, get a dentist.
Yeah. Well, too late for that because you have to have teeth to get a dentist, I think. But I was talking to a mutual friend of ours who was a enthusiast of the Georgia Bulldogs, not named Stoney. And he was talking about how on New Year's Day to watch the Rose Bowl, his kids kind of were like, oh, maybe we'll go watch a movie upstairs. He's like, that's fine. Go ahead. And Mom, you go too.
Yeah, go.
And she's like, no, I want to watch the game. And he goes, okay, but just don't talk. And she was like, whoa, wait, what? Don't talk? And he's like, well, no, I mean, that came out wrong. I don't mean don't talk. I just mean...
Don't make any noise.
Well, no. But
just don't ask stupid questions while I'm watching one of the most important games I'll ever watch in my life.
Yes.
But it does come down to what's your best case scenario for watching a game for your favorite team? Like, I definitely like watching with friends and family. I enjoy that very much. With the understanding that menial, pointless conversation gets pushed aside and we concentrate on the game. I'm a big fan of hearing the commentary.
Yes.
And even if I don't necessarily agree with it or don't even like the announcers, if there's some controversial play, I want to hear what they say.
I hate going to a bar or a establishment for a big game that my team is involved. Like, I couldn't understand. More power to you that you did it. You know, the people for championships who would go to like the Palace or Joe Louis Arena and watch on the big screen there. I just that's not for me.
Right.
If I didn't have a rooting interest, yeah, maybe we'd go for fun for it once, you know?
I went to a Super Bowl, not even a party. It was like one of my neighbors like, hey, I'm thinking of going to a restaurant to watch the Super Bowl. Do you want to go? And it was like, yeah, sure. So me and 6, 7 other guys went, and it was fine, except you couldn't quite hear the volume, number one. And number two, when the commercials came on, they turned the music up.
Oh.
Which...
For the Super Bowl?
Right.
How can you do your show prep?
Which under most circumstances is fine, but the Super Bowl, the commercials are as big as the game in most circumstances. So that really pissed me off. Now, unless it's like a championship caliber game or the team that I watch religiously, I don't have a problem flipping around. I really don't. So if my wife flips around or my son flips around, it's okay. But yeah, I don't think I would actually stab any one of them. I'm not going to go that far.
You'd yell maybe?
I wouldn't yell, but I'd be like, do you want me to go downstairs? Apparently, this guy, what's his name? Larry? He looks like a Larry, doesn't he?
Thomas.
Tony doesn't have a second television set, clearly.
Apparently not,
yes,
right.
Because he could have just said, oh, you want to watch Dance Moms? Terrific. I'm going to go into the next room and watch the end of the Cowboys game.
Right.
But apparently he couldn't do that here.
Right, because at our house, it is a given. I am not usually around when a football game is on.
Because?
Because I like to change the channels often, especially on commercials. And Colin just wants to watch the game uninterrupted, so he is usually down in the basement watching it, and I get the TV upstairs.
That makes sense. That's fair.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
I do know that if I am watching a game with him, I do know I'm probably not going to get to watch the show I want to watch at that moment.
Right.
And I'm okay with that.
Right.
But it's a kind of a quiet, given nature. Like I know that's what's going to happen.
Right.
So we pulled off a good one on Monday. I just watched the first half on the Watch ESPN app with the national championship game because Kelly was watching The Bachelor, and it's seriously, it's like that's her favorite show, and she doesn't get to see many TV shows these days. It's just the state of our life with our kids.
Yeah, but couldn't she watch on the ABC Go app?
No, because I just felt like, number one, that it's the first half.
True.
Usually the second half, and I knew that it would be pretty much time for Kendrick Lamar as soon as The Bachelor ended, which it was. And then I got the TV, and then they changed quarterbacks, and it was game on. I didn't miss a thing.
Oh, see, there you go.
And I missed the first few minutes of the game because I wasn't in the house yet.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find it on the radio.
248-539-9797. What is your ideal, perfect game day scenario? How is it that you need to watch your games, have to watch your games? Because I remember we were talking about, I know this is a preposterous topic to bring up, but if the Lions were to ever be in the Super Bowl, right? I contend that the Super Bowl parties in Detroit would be dead because you can't go to a Super Bowl party to watch the Lions in the Super Bowl.
See,
they wouldn't be dead.
Let me tell you, my downriver people, they would be throwing the parties of their lives.
But you have to watch the game.
They still will.
Yeah.
The in-game will be a little bit more intense. A lot more, to be honest.
You would have to have yellow tape to separate the real fans from the bandwagoners.
Right. You couldn't have the people who are there to watch the halftime concert and the TV commercials.
I think if that happened and they ever made the Super Bowl, I'd have to watch with my dad.
You might have to go.
You know that he was only 11 when they won it?
Is that right?
My dad.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys I told Connor that the other day?
Oh, no.
Yeah, last week. There's like one of those moments
about the Lions.
You're doing the handoff to your kid as a Lions fan.
Yeah.
And I said, did you know that they call him Pop?
Yeah.
So Pop was only 11 when the Lions won it. He's 71 now.
11.
My dad was
Those numbers just fascinated an 8-year-old.
My dad was 33 when the Eagles won, and my dad's going to be 91.
248-539-9797. Jamie and Stoney Show, 97 won the ticket.